Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to our very early daily stock market insights. Today is June 9th, 2020. And thank you for your requests. I'm reading all your comments, and I'm really happy to see that our community is starting to grow. And thank you for all the likes. And yes, if this is your first time to watch our video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're always updated whenever we have new videos. And you're always welcome to also request for us to evaluate your favorite stock. Okay, so these are your requests so far. This is just part one. It's very early, so you're welcome to drop a comment for more stocks to review so I can create another one today. Okay, so let's start with, of course, your PSEI. Let me just set up our tools. Okay, we have already, yes, I've saved our layout. So how did the index perform today? Okay, we are still at the overbought level. As you can see for the index, we are still moving outside of the threshold. So this means that, well, I see this level. So I mentioned yesterday that the nearest resistance could be at the area where it is at right now, or the most would be right at the support of this period. So two things can happen. Okay, maybe maximum would be 6,715 level, but this for me, it's starting to show some signs of weakness there. This, even though this is a green, that is actually a bearish candlestick. So let us see. It's still not representative of the entire performance of all the stocks in the index. So we still have to dive into each one to really understand the next possible movement for those stocks. Okay, but know that majority of them will have possibly the same movement. But for now, let's talk about SCC. SCC, it's this is a sign of weakness. This will most likely retrace back to its previous resistance and re-establish a support at that level. So this is the support that we see. So far, it's not that high yet, okay, because we came from a very constrictive Bollinger Band, and so we said that if we came from that, um, it's been a long time that we had a constricted Bollinger Band, so that means we will have a significant change in the price, like what happened here. From a constricted Bollinger Band, then there's a sudden downward movement. We can also experience the same here. We might have a bullish or a bull run in the coming days. But just right now, people are taking profit because they must have entered really at the at the bottom here, and that's healthier. At least it's not that when it retraces, it's not that big of an impact. So slow growth is better than uh, drastic drastic movement. Okay, so going back, your previous resistance can potentially become your support. So if you can enter around 13.22, that would be a good haggle here. JFC, I think JFC ended green today. Yes, we managed to cross outside of or higher than the MA20 line. I feel that we now are in the new support. We broke out of that short-term resistance, which is at your MA20 level. So we're thinking that it will continue to move higher. Let us see if, with good volume, it will break this next resistance that we have right here, 149 level. So that's the next resistance that we see. So they think Jollibee is starting to pick up now. And this, for me, is a very promising area to start investing because we came from a really heavy sell-off and we made a higher low now. So when we went up, it dipped, but when it dipped, the bottom is much higher than the previous bottom over here. So chances are we are going to establish a higher high. And where could that be? well, first of all, it has to beat the short-term resistance right here, and then you can possibly have the next one at this level. I'm putting it on a weekly chart so that the uh, outlook is clearer. So this is the next possible resistance. Nice. That's what we see. Okay, at least you have key areas to monitor. But so far, right now, um, when was that? I think no, I didn't. Oh yeah, yesterday I added. Oh, the other day, I added at 130.50. So I added more shares there at that level, 130.50. So looking forward for great movements here. LTG. Let's go to the daily chart. Okay, nice. There is, okay, we're done with that. You are very near a possible resistance. So just be extra careful. We've been on a bullish movement for the past how many weeks now. So I feel that because we are also at the overbought level, this stock will, most likely rest for a while. So that's a sign of weakness for me. So where could it possibly drop if it retraces? It could be right here, previous resistance. I think if I don't think it will stop right here because that's very near. That's almost at the same area where you have your resistance. Um, but the most realistic drop would be 8.35. So if you want to catch it right there, that would be a much better position. But I feel that overall, if you're an investor, you're still at a good level. You're still at the very cheap area. Maxis. Maxis. Okay. It's just resting. Next drop, it's a red candlestick. That means it's a sign of weakness. It might revisit your 6 peso level again. It's a red candlestick today. So just watch out. Hopefully it bounces right there. We're not at the overbought level yet. Okay, not yet. So it's just a slight retracement I feel for this particular stock. Next is BDO. BDO, oh, this is for me a sign of weakness, but if it will retrace, look at where it lands. Yesterday it's a little higher, but in today there was a wick landing almost at the same area, which is also your resistance right here. I'm thinking it's just trying to establish a brand new support in this level right now, and then the next course of action would be to the upside. Okay, so banks are already opening with GCQ in Metro Manila. Business is starting to pick up again. So we're bullish for our banks. It's just, it's normal that people are taking profit and those actions result in a red candlestick for a day, as well as, long wicks. Okay, so 106.7 is the best entry price if you'd ask me. Dito. Dito, no change, I believe. Oh, it's a red. This is a sign of weakness as well, guys. Okay, so if it drops, let's catch it at the MA20 level. That is this is your resistance previously, and we managed to break out of that. Hope most likely it will revisit that level or this area, 252, because of this. Okay, so 252 and 236, still very healthy level. And I will not be surprised if it dips because we're now at the overbought. So that's just normal. People are taking profit. And of course, Dito is a news driven stock. When there was a post the other day, I even shared it to my page, which is Invest in the Stock Market page. There's an ongoing construction at the Albay area, if I can remember it right. And then the next day after that, the price shoot up. So it's news driven. Next one, AGI. AGI, that's also a sign of weakness, guys. You're also very near, you're overbought, you're actually, you were at the overbought area and it's now manifesting that it is retracing. So if it will drop, let's use a Fibonacci retracement, okay? This one is with just a short term. To plot that, I use the lowest point over here, extend it to the highest point, whereby I use the wick here and I also consider the wick here. So far it respected the first line, 7.19. When it reached the 7.19, notice there was a jump in the price. It bounced a little bit. So we have to monitor whether by tomorrow it will still respect this level. Otherwise, if it breaks that, you know which areas to catch them. That would be the 6.89, followed by 6.65, and the lowest drop. If the market still goes to this point, that's going to be a 6.40 level. That's the lowest. If it breaks out of that or lower than that, that means you have a downtrend already. Okay, so just take note of these areas. This is what we call the Fibonacci retracement. What it does is measure the areas, or it identifies the area where a price could potentially, or a stock could potentially bounce. Okay, that is AGI. What about MPI? MPI, this is a sign of weakness. Okay, you're at the overbought with a sign of weakness, then chances are it will retrace. Where could that drop next? Previous resistance, we see a resistance formed here, so that could be the next possible stop. Of course, when it drops further, that's going to be 2.99. Okay, but for now, I feel that it will retrace. It will retrace first. People are taking profit. Imagine the gains they had right here from a 2.60 to this level. That's already a good what? 38% increase. So people are just taking profit. Nothing to worry about MPI. It's a very established company here. So if you're looking at long-term investing here, um, just add more volume when it retraces, and you know the areas where it could potentially bounce 3.29 or 2.99 if that 3.29 level gets broken. ICT, ICT, okay, we're still outside of the Bollinger Band. I would like to plot, I think for me this is already a high level. It's going to already be an expensive area, but just in case um, the movement continues to move, the movement continues higher, maybe you can at the, just use a faster time frame and see if it will bounce at the 101.88. But guys, I'm telling you, this is already a FOMO area. If you're a newbie, I suggest wait for a retracement. Okay, wait for a retracement. If it retraces, the next possible stop would be right at the 89.85 if it still drops, right? That's why I'm plotting it here, because we can also have a continuous uptrend for this one. Okay, just be extra careful, because this is, for me, is already, this stock is already high. This level is already for, momentum players. HLCM. Okay, this is now your opportunity. It went back to your possible support area, which is your MA20 line. So people took profit very quickly here. So 7.95 is our new support. Let us see if tomorrow a green candlestick. You don't even have to wait for the entire day, or you can do have, you know let the market play the entire day and find out at the last hour of the market day tomorrow see where the candlestick is forming. Is it higher than 7.95? If it is, then enter at the last leg of the trading hour. Okay, um, end of day, end of day trading. That's what they call it. Because we don't really know if the the MA20 line here gets broken, so that's a different story. But what we're trying to achieve here is to really seek confirmation that the area where we plotted it is an area of bounce 7.95. So a green candlestick would represent that. SECB. SECB, okay, careful. This stock is trying to retrace. 101.16 is the nearest support that we see at the moment. There. You have this form right over here. Okay, so just be extra careful. This is really going to, I mean, if you're looking at it for long-term investing, you can get it at a much cheaper price. The market is giving you guys a chance to get this at a discounted price. Second stop, if it breaks 100.16, is of course your MA20 line at 92.23 area. The next is MAC. MAC, you're at the overbought. So maybe people will also take profit here. Let's see first at this level, 5.97. Let me check the, okay. Yeah, let's use 5.97 because it's just where the MA20 line is. And we started moving higher than that. Maybe it will establish a support, brand new support at that level now. 5.97. We're on a weekly chart, by the way. So, see that? Okay. That's still at a cheap level for you guys. 5.97. Look at the potential. SHLPH. Oil is starting to pick up. Huh? There, see that? Okay, so this is a promising area now. So just see if the market gives us a chance at the even 20 peso area. That's already a good entry price. Right here, 1952 or 20. That's already a good price to start. Promising setup. This now is we're facing a breakout, a momentum play here. See this? Good volume. We're already at the overbought, but the volume really speaks something. It might stay at the overbought level for an extended period of time, given that we just broke out of that resistance level. HLCM. HLCM. Oh, we already talked about that. Oh yeah. So next is PXP. PXP. Okay. Looks like we have an interesting setup for PXP. You have a resistance right here, and like 3/4 of the body is already higher than your previous resistance. So we might establish more upward movement here. Okay, but let's see first. Okay, yeah. But the nearest resistance that I see is 6.10. You have a consolidation right here, establishing a support there. So most likely it will create a resistance in that level. Let me see. There's also something here. Yeah, it's an area. Let me do a weekly chart. One, two, consolidation here. So yeah, so we might move some more to the upside. Okay, we're starting to trigger the MA20, crossing MA20. So just in case the market gives you a chance at 5.38, let me go back here. 5.38, you can already start adding more volume there. Overall, look at that. You're still at a healthy, cheap level for this stock. If you believe in this stock, you've studied the fundamentals, nothing to be scared of with the current setup. You're still at a very cheap one. Okay, that is it for our part one. It's so early. It's just 3:41. If you want to request some more, I strongly believe I will be able to record another one for you. Okay. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell as well so that you're always updated. In the meantime, thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.